Oh, it's too late.
You're too late. We're gonna start. Let's start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
You're welcome.
How about a roll call?
Ethan Maple,
Here.
Ryan Artley,
Gladly here.
Bill Meyer,
Second. I'm here.
Here.
Present.
Moving on to claims, we're looking for a motion of approval for APVs number 28234 to 28292.
I'll make a motion to approve APVs 28234 through 28292 as presented in our backup materials.
I second that.
Thank you, Chad, for making the motion, and Terry for seconding it very enthusiastically and quickly. Any conversations, curiosities, additions?
I'll support their first and seconds.
Okay. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? That passes. And we have some SRF claims to approve those claims, APVs 28293 through 28294.
I'll make a motion that we approve,
No,
Ryan,
you're good.
that we approve SRF claims APV numbers 28293 through 28294 as presented in our backup materials.
I'll second that.
Thank you. Any other conversation? All those in favor of approving SRF claims, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? That moves forward. Now we get to move on to our council minutes from September 3rd.
I'll make a motion to approve the council minutes from September 3rd, 2025.
I'll second that motion.
Thank you, Ryan and Bill. Any additions or suggestions? All those in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed? Passes. Moving on to the minutes from our executive meeting on September 4th.
I'll make a motion to adopt our executive meeting notes from September 4th.
I'll second.
Thank you, Chad and Ryan. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? And from our workshop meeting on September 4th, budget workshop meeting.
I make a motion that we adopt the budget workshop minutes from September 4th, 2025.
I'll second.
Thank you, Terry and Chad. Anything to add on those? All those in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed? That passes as well. That was fun. We do have space on our agenda for any public comments related to agenda items. I will say that we will open a public hearing specific to our budget, and so anything else that you may have a public comment on that is specific to our agenda, this would be a good time to share that prior to us taking action. Okay, not seeing any. And also without any old business, we do have a first item for our new business is our 2026 budget public hearing. And so we will call to order a public hearing for our 2026 budget. Does anybody want to say anything related to that? Any questions? What?
No, physically. We brought your, how about your chest? Come on, look this.
Do you want to say anything related to our public hearing?
I can't.
You don't have to.
It's as we discussed in the budget workshop. There's some minor changes, I think, from that, couple of things that, we added the certification. So I believe the salary ordinance provides for, compensation for certifications that are achieved, for the clerk treasurer and the deputy clerk treasurer. And I know, I think Jenny's got a couple of those, Ron's working on them. So we added, I think it was 5,000 total, split between the two. For those, if they achieve those certifications, they would get, that additional compensation. The other thing I did is I went through the line item in the personal services section, and because, if I can attest to this, while we budget like to the dollar, sometimes there's little minute rounding things that happen. So if you, say you're gonna pay someone, $10,213, and it all shakes out and it ends up being $10,220 or something, right? Like if we go over the budget by $1, there's like no margin of error. And so I put in a couple of extra dollars in each one of the lines just to give us that kind of cushion. You guys will lock in the salaries with the salary ordinance.
That's fair.
Will come later.
Which will come
in a
later.
couple of months.
Yep.
Other than that, I don't think there's any significant changes. For those of you that don't know, Hancock County still has not certified their assessed values. So we don't know what the tax rate's gonna be. I can tell you it's should be less, than what's, in the proposed resolution, the Form 4, because right now I'm using the page 25 net assessed values. We've had growth, 25 to 26, so I expect the number to be greater, but I don't know by how much, because we
Right.
haven't given anybody any indication of that.
Do we know when that should happen?
And,
Or should have happened.
August 1st. They're not the only one, but there's a handful of them that still aren't certified. It does make it challenging for things like CCD, for example. That's a fixed tax rate fund, so 5 cents. So typically we know net assessed value times 5 cents generates this, X revenue. We don't really know that at this point. It is gonna be whatever it is. So, and in the resolution that you will come before you, on the adoption, we have a levy number in there that I think ultimately will exceed what will actually become. But DLGF, when they review it, they'll true it up. So they'll bring that levy down to kind of match. So there's controls in place for that, but it just makes things a little bit unknown, but nothing that concerns me,
Okay.
having issue with operations.
I will just mention we currently from 2026 or 2025 to 2026 our budget has increased about $1 million. A lot of that is associated with the potential to add a new officer to our safety team, our police force, as well as some future planning for potential town center kind of growth and building, if that ever comes to fruition. So that $1 million, the vast majority of it is kind of within those items for those who are curious. The next steps in this would be at our next meeting, we'll be approving the budget.
Yes. October 1st.
October 1st.
Yes.
Public hearing, they said February
Yeah.
16th.
Yep.
And it can be changed between now and then.
Right. So this is an opportunity, if anybody has any questions or anybody from council that wants to speak into it, this would be a good time to do so. Anybody? Without seeing anything, I will close our public hearing. Is that all I got to do? Fantastic. Consider our public hearing closed, and we will continue on our agenda and look at ordinance number 091725B, establishing the allocation of the motor highway funds. You want to speak into that, sir?
I can speak into that. Yeah, this was a request by Yvonne. It allocates the funds differently. In the past legislative session, the legislature changed it so you could allocate 60-40 instead of 50-50. And you guys, you have to meet a certain pacer rating, how they rate the roads. You guys meet that that number. I don't know if Yvonne wants to speak on it or.
Somebody to explain maybe. We get a certain amount of money for MPH motor vehicle highway, by state statute. you have to split it between 50/50 between a restricted and unrestricted fund. This year, the legislature decided that, you know, if certain things apply, like your PACER rating, which is a rating for the roads, is above 6, which means that your roads are in good shape. And if less than 15% of your roads have any kind of significant issue, am I saying that right, Steve?
Sure. Sounds good to me.
You can now split it 40 or 60/40, so 60% unrestricted, 40% restricted. Obviously, you know, you want as much unrestricted
Right.
spending as restricted as you can, just so you can always take some of that unrestricted money
Yeah.
and use it for, you know, stuff that you can only, like, normally only use restricted funds for, which is street
Yeah.
maintenance, improving, and restoring, but it has to be specifically, you know, work on the roads and streets. It can't be labor or salt or that kind of stuff.
Just gives us a little more flexibility with
It
those
gives us
funds.
a little bit more.
Yeah, absolutely.
We have the luxury and to know how in town, to know that how to upgrade our equipment and our roads and keep everything in good shape, so we are in a position to do that. My question is, Zach, I read through this and I thought that started January 1st, but that starts in July of next year, is that correct?
I believe that is correct, yes.
Okay. So that's cool, not a problem, just have to.
We're ahead of the game.
You do it right. That's all.
Okay. Are these are we the resolution or the ordinance?
Oh, I made a mistake. Is it a resolution?
It's a
or-
resolution.
Okay.
Okay, that's what I wanted to clarify.
Wow. See that section 6.2? That's why that was so intense. I was working on that more than this one. Sorry, guys.
Do you need a mint?
Yeah.
So this is a resolution number 091725B. Council, any conversation or questions? Would anybody like to make a motion related to this resolution?
I'll make a motion to approve resolution 091725B.
I'll second that.
Thank you, Chad and Terry. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? That resolution passes. We have another resolution related to the access to body cam footage. Are we speaking into that, Zach or
Yes.
Chief?
I can speak on that, or if Chief
Okay.
would like to take it first. This adopts an official policy regarding public requests for recordings. Includes both body cam and dash cam footage. And the state allows a maximum fee of $150 or the costs to produce that. So what we've done is we've developed a fee schedule. So based on the length of the video produced, so 30 minutes or less, the fee would be $50, 30 to 60 minutes, $100, and then anything over 60 minutes would be $150. Originally, this was drafted 150 across the board. We kind of thought about that for a little bit. It doesn't really address the costs associated with producing. So if you just choose to charge 150 across the board, it's not fair to the person that requests a 10-minute video versus the person that requests a 60-minute video, right? It's just a little bit of a, you want to treat people fairly. So that's the intention behind this, and I can answer any questions.
Chief, how long does it take you to edit a 30-minute video?
Well, if you have different people in the video, depends on how many's there, because you gotta blur faces, possibly drown out audio, so even a 30-minute video could take you 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah, I mean,
I did one the other day, just as practice, it was an hour video, and it took me the entire day and part of the next, so. And that was just about 3 people in the video. It's not super simple, but
I get the staggering, but I think you should start at a higher number, like 100, 125, 150. Like I get the 150 across the board, but I think there is a cost associated to that, right? And that's you doing that instead of other duties that could
I think there's a
Progress
state
it up.
statute.
of where it starts.
where max is at.
Max, yeah,
out at
Max
150,
is
yeah.
150, but
You
if I
start where
started
you
at
want.
100 and then 30 to 60 is 125 and the max is 150, to me that makes more sense.
I agree.
I agree.
Makes sense.
And I mean, we're not even at that point. We're still not recouping your hourly rate. You know what I mean?
100%.
Like we're still losing out there. And the intent isn't to make it difficult. The intent's to like, hey, like, you know, there's a lot of other things that you could be doing for the town. Not
Yeah, and some of the requests are kind of more of like I would say a commercial request that we were starting to see. People who have blogs, websites, they want to put the neat, cool stuff on their thing and show it. But when you tell them there's a cost associated with it, the interest goes away.
yeah,
So only the people who truly need it and want it are the ones that are asking for it.
yeah, which makes sense. That's the only thing that I saw when I read through it that I would want to change in there is just change the fee structure to start at $100 for 30 minutes or less, $125 for 30 to 60 minutes, and over 60 minutes would be $150.
Would you like to make a motion with that amendment?
I would make a motion that we approve resolution 091725C with the amendments that Exhibit A fee schedule is changed. 30 minutes or less is fee of $100, 30 minutes to 60 minutes is $125, and 60 minutes or more stays at $150.
I'll second.
Any other further conversation? I see that in two places, Zach. I assume that Exhibit A and Exhibit B, that his amendment affects both of those.
Yes, so yeah, the exhibit A is just for the fee schedule, and then exhibit B is the policy itself. And
Right.
include the schedule as well.
Okay.
So I'll get those fixed in both spots and get it to your team.
Any other?
Can I have them sign that last page while you make those changes?
You may, yeah, they can sign with the amendment. Yep.
Very good.
And can I ask one more question? Zach, since it's got a fee structure to it, does it need to be advertised?
It doesn't because you're not prescribing a penalty
Okay.
or a fine of any sort. Yeah.
Any other conversation from council? Then all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? And that passes. Moving on to resolution 091725D, talking about the appeal of the tax levy. Yvonne, do you want to speak into that?
Yeah, we want to try for the final year that the legislature is allowing us to get excess money. You know, to get some more tax money in here that will be a continual, addition to our levy, to help us with the growth that we're experiencing. The state allows for a 4% growth, but as a whole, that's the average. Whole year allowed to raise your, the income can be raised, that we have grown more than 30% in 3 years.
Right at, it's like 29.9%, is your 3 year.
We're rounding here.
292.
So we'd like to make sure that, at least we apply, hopefully we get it. I'm working on writing all that up. And the budget's already based on that we approved. So we'll, hopefully we'll get it. And it's a lot of writing this year. But
Yeah.
I think like essays come and help me write this up.
And if that's not approved, what's that do to our budget?
Well, the budget will likely stay the same, because I think a lot of our budget, one thing is our budget operation, I think we're in good shape. As Ethan mentioned, we've got some of that capital outlay in there for, potential future, expenses on the town hall center. Of course, doesn't mean we have to spend it, it's the ability to. But, we do have, like, we've talked about the additional officer, that's the point of the levy, is because, Bob's team and Steve, the roads, all the things, it costs more to do, so.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest data points in it is the town has grown at a 29.92% rate, but our budget has not reflected that, right?
Right.
So, additionally, I think as we write that, we provide those data points, it should provide a pretty compelling argument that we should be
Bless you.
recipients of this.
It's unfortunate that the legislature has phased this out because it is a way to equalize slightly, but it's still, every little bit helps.
So what this is the resolution basically for you all to approve for the application.
Right.
I'll make a motion that we approve resolution 091725D.
I'll second that motion.
Any further discussion? Thank you, Ryan and Bill. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Passes. And then we have a couple surplus items. It looks like 6 iPads and 2 computers that are obsolete. They just basically are too old that they don't function where we need them. Per our IT guy.
Good job, IT guy.
There's no buses in this room.
Just a quick time in, 2 computers are very old. One of them has a note on that says, what does this computer do? And it's dated 2019.
Fantastic.
The iPads are at least 3 counts old, 2 counts old. I don't remember. I think they're before almost anybody in this room. And we tried to use one of them to control the recordings.
There were some old people in this room.
Well, I mean,
They were here when I was here.
Yeah, buddy. I was waiting. I was waiting. I was gonna do it, but you did it.
That too.
we tried to use a couple to do the video and screen recording, and we didn't even get a bit charge.
That's fair.
I don't see that we
Yep.
So do we plan on trading these in for new devices, or what are we doing with these?
You just
Recycle.
They have to drop, recycling.
They aren't serving a purpose now, so we don't have to replace them. Or
Yeah, we just need to tell you that we're getting rid of them.
Right.
Just gotta get off the books.
Yep.
Understand
One of
that.
those computers, the one that was part of the state investigation of that happened.
Yeah, let's get that out of here.
There's not,
There's
nothing
nothing
on it,
on it.
not
No,
anything.
the
They
door.
cleared it.
Okay.
And they also messed with it so much that even the outside folks.
that's fair.
So do we need to make a motion to give them permission to surplus those items?
We do.
Yes, we do.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Let Terry second that. Fine motion.
Okay. Ryan made it. Terry seconded it. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? That passes. Any council conversations that you all feel like we need to address or bring up? The only couple items that I would offer is, I know that we've all received some communication from Blue Sky in terms of the logo and motto and things like that. I met with them also this week, just to kind of have deeper conversations about that. I expect that they'll have something to us sooner than later that maybe we can look at and have more conversation around. But if there's any comments or thoughts about Blue Sky and what they've sent thus far, we can have that. Anybody want to say anything about that? Nope. Sounds good.
Thank you for meeting with them
No problem. No problem.
and maybe going a different direction a little bit.
I would expect a little different direction. A little different direction.
I look forward to seeing what they come up with.
Me too.
I do as well.
Me three.
The other kind of thing just to bring to y'all's attention is that Main Street reached out to us after they had some conversation with the school, and what they want to do is they want to try to figure out if they can expand basically the beer garden for events into the grass area, which is owned by the school. And they talked about lots of things that that could be a solution for that. They found that it is very hard to get people to understand the restricted boundaries of those lines, and that it's hard to police beyond those lines, kind of what that is. The school has communicated that is a path, it is possible, and it would just require kind of an intergovernmental agreement between us and the school for the use of that space. They don't want to give that space up, but they're willing to have some conversations with us so that Main Street has a little bit more flexibility in how their beer garden and the use of alcohol is in that area. And so I know that one of the things Bill has graciously offered is to kind of look into that. The school did ask if the town could take lead on kind of drafting something. It would save them the money because otherwise it's really not worth it to them. They're helping Main Street out and us out. And so you said you'd be willing to kind of look into that a little bit?
Yes, and I did a draft of the agreement between the school and the town when there was a temporary use of some of their land near the wastewater treatment plant. So I have something that I can use as a template, and I will get something prepared and circulated, and
Okay.
certainly appreciate the school's willingness to accommodate Main Street, and their request, I think, was based on that way they didn't incur the attorney fees to prepare
Yes.
the document. So we'll prepare something, get it to them, and then their attorney can review it, and hopefully we'll get it signed and taken care of.
Yeah, I think it's great that the schools are willing to see the benefit of what Main Street is doing and create opportunity. Chief, do you have any concerns with what that could create for y'all?
No, not this time.
Might
Okay.
even make it easier for you.
Yeah.
Feel like they're doing it now anyway.
That
It's
is,
happening anyway.
To
so-
some degree, yeah.
Yeah, to some degree.
Not have to police the imaginary line.
yeah. Well, on the other side, I know Main Street's name is on the permit, and they just want to make sure that they're not putting themselves in a risky position in this process. So I think any way that we can work with all the entities involved to make it easier for everybody, the better.
Can I say something?
Yes, ma'am.
Today we attended the grand opening at Ashton Acres, and it was very nice, and I want to commend them for following their timeline as presented, and which brings me to Bukovic. I mean, the time I started asking about it to now,
Mm-hmm.
Ashton Acres already has half of their units
Yeah.
rented, so. And
Yeah.
I know that, that Gillian reached out to us, but didn't give us any timeline at all. And I understand the history of that, but we're a new council and think we need to,
What do you think? I mean, what role do we play in it at this point? I mean, I know they have to come back anyway, but they
well,
own
they said,
that land, right?
right, they said they were going to, give us a presentation, I think, in May, they said May or June, of the new drawings or whatever. And then they didn't. And so,
Yeah.
I mean, I'd just like to see something, I guess, would be our part in it. Just,
Yeah.
And I agree with Terry. I think everybody in the council is ready for that. And realistically, we need the sewer users.
Yep.
But I was actually just reviewing that. I thought that they had mentioned that they were going to be back. I thought they mentioned kind of a timeline here, but
in that email, if that's the same one,
yeah.
Jim said Muhammad is hopeful that September we will see their presentation.
Yeah, I will actually follow up with Jim tomorrow. I will give him a call and touch base with him and see if maybe I can set up a meeting with Jim, myself, and another council member with Muhammad maybe, and see if we can get that conversation started and get some hard answers on maybe where we're at. and look into that a little harder.
Yeah.
And I will say, hopefully today's interest rate adjustment will reflect positively. For a while, that was a sticking point.
Yeah.
So, of course, for a year, there were a lot of sticking points, but we did finally, we worked through those.
Thank you, Ryan.
No, you're welcome.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's reasonable that we start hearing something before, before it gets too cold.
Yeah, she says here that, would love to present more details in September,
I
so.
just drafted an email that said the council would like to formally invite you and your team to present additional details as mentioned above. Our next meeting is October 1st. Would you and your team be able to attend? The biggest question from the council is the anticipated start date of the project.
Yep, that's what we need. Hit send. Thanks, Chad.
Send it.
I'll second
I'll
that.
second that.
Well, it's already sent, so.
Well, good.
That was a really good conversation, guys. I appreciate the effort and getting it done.
Thank you.
I would also like to thank Commissioner Spalding, the Hancock County Commissioner President, and Ethan Lawson for attending that event today as well. They
Yes.
showed up and they were very impressed with the development and the team that Ashton Acres put together. Greg and Dawn did a great job today, so it was a good showing.
I think it's good for the town. It's good for the county.
Yeah, they have out of 50 units, they have 31
That's
already
awesome.
filled. So
So it's worth looking. It's worth checking out
It is.
if you fit that demographic in terms of income and age. I think it's.
according to my
I'd
wife,
like to stay there.
I'm close. So I'm knocking on the door.
That's
I don't know if she's gonna put me in there or what.
I think it was impressive that you could tell that it's a family ordeal, and we learned that Ashton is one of the great-grandchildren.
Great grandchildren.
They always name their properties after one of the grandchildren or great-grandchildren, someone in the family.
Good.
So I just think that, to me, I don't know, it's a warm and fuzzy that shows that obviously, they're in it, and
Yeah,
they did what they said they were going to do.
I agree. I think that says a lot. If you did not, well, probably not, but NDOT had a kind of open house in conjunction with the work that they're anticipating for this bridge on the east side of town on 52 that crosses Sugar Creek. So that's a 27 project, but it looks like the work that they're anticipating doing on that is widening it, sidewalks, lighting all the way across. So I think it'll be a benefit to the east side of town as you come in from that area. It'll be disruptive for a little bit, but it'll be, I think, a long-term benefit for the town.
We're used to that, bridges around here.
That's right.
I think we should suggest to NDOT that they do a bridge from McDonald's all the way out to the Wellness Center.
I will
I think
say that
that-
the good thing about that bridge project is the county has a bridge project on 400 South in between 450 West and 400 West. That project will start in December of this year, so they will not be going at the same time.
That is-
And the railroad has no effect on that bridge, so.
We
Been
don't
on
have to deal with the
Facebook, huh?
railroad, so it'll get done in half the time.
To hear.
About 5 months, I'm guessing, so.
Oh, fair. And I do know our plan commission got canceled earlier, and that's just a conversation with Kroger's reevaluating a couple things. So as they're reevaluating placement and the bond issues and the things that they're having to deal with, I don't think it's supposed to delay too much, but I do know that's kind of a reevaluation in process as we continue to work through that with Kroger, and look forward to them coming into the community. Moving forward, unless there's something else. Legal updates, anything for us?
The only thing I've got for you is we'll have a ordinance prohibiting the use of APRA requests for commercial purposes at your next meeting.
Fantastic. Appreciate you doing that for us. So moving on to town reports, we'll start with Jim.
Well, even though Jim's not here, he did ask me to convey his gratitude and thanks to both Terry and Catherine Courts for their work on the roundabout on Gem Road. If you haven't seen it, it's worth looking at. It looks really nice. So thanks with your help in getting that designed and updated.
You're welcome.
I like the signs lower.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the rock's pretty, but I
I
like
didn't
the
have
sign.
anything to do with that. That was Jim's idea. It was a great idea. But yes, I thought it turned out very well. Rubel did a nice job.
Yeah.
And thank you to the county for providing the stones.
Wonderful. Steve?
Oh, just the community crossings project that's still in town. They just completed, patching work. That's got a cure for 2 to 3 weeks, and then, the last stage of the project is gonna be the, microsurfacing on, 450 and Gym Road. And that'll be a wrap.
Good. It'll look nice.
Good for me.
Chief?
Yeah, got a request, actually. Now that we've got a current void in the department, I'd like to request from the council permission to move forward with offering a conditional offer to the next candidate that was on our hiring list. That current candidate is already training with us as a reserve deputy, but we need to get that void filled as soon as possible. And that conditional offer would basically be based on if they pass the NPERS, PERF 77 medical and psychological examination. And after that, we give them time to make notification to their employer that we're going to be bringing them on. So we're hoping sooner than later, but I'd like permission from the council to move forward with that, to fill that void.
Do you have an idea timeline-wise for that?
As soon as I can schedule the physical and given the officer or a time to talk to his employer, it could be as soon as maybe October 1st, or it could be November, hopefully before this year.
Okay.
But we like to move as fast as possible. I think he also would as well.
Do you need anything from us officially, or just a
Just an okay.
affirmation of
Yep.
let's keep things safe?
Let's keep things safe.
I like it. You got a little affirmation.
Appreciate that.
Why don't we I'll make a formal motion that Bob proceed and extend that offer. That way it's
I'll
on the
second.
record.
Okay, we've got motions whether we need them or not. Does anybody, we got a second? Any other conversations? All those in favor in letting Bob do what Bob does?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed?
Thank you. Appreciate it.
There you are. Yvonne?
No, you kind of know what I'm working on, obviously, like that, employee appeal, salary ordinance, fixing some things, and this year's, salaries, and wages that, may or may not need to be, may or may not. So I'm working on that, we were in the parade, you may not have seen it, may have been here, I don't know, but, the town represented with some old Marine.
Show them your skills.
Yeah,
Throw it.
I can throw Marine.
That's what the kids, that's exactly what I remember from the parade.
But the parade was fun, it was a good time, you ought to be in the parade sometimes, I've never done it, the looks on the kids' faces is so cool, and just about every adult turns into a kid when you throw candy. It's really, so we did that, that was good, that's kind of all I have.
All right. We do have space for public comments on any topic that you'd like to bring up or share with the council. We just ask that you come to the cake, apparently, and share your name and address. Would anybody like to make a public comment this evening?
Over the cake.
The cake's covered, so it's still safe afterwards. None being shown. Council comments. Terry?
Well, I already covered Ashton Acres and the roundabout. So I guess my only other thing is birthdays. Brenda McNamara is the 26th of this month. Tyler is the 28th. Cole was the 11th. And apparently we have in the audience, Orland's was the 8th,
There you go.
and Jared's was the 5th. So happy birthday to everyone. And I think Jared requested for us to sing happy birthday to him.
Ooh, that's gonna take a hard motion to make that happen.
Ordinance against that, I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
We can do that after the
Getting with the
meeting.
legal.
Would anybody
outfit
like-
There you go. That's all I have.
Terry's no longer allowed to make council comments. Chad.
A lot of exciting things going on, budgets, new businesses, Ashton Acres, annexation of, the, grooming, location, so it's an exciting time to be here, so, implore everybody to come to these meetings and engage in the town, but, really excited for it. That's all I got.
Thank you. Brian?
I want to echo everybody's comments before mine and congratulate the football team on beating that town in Fortville, or the team in Fortville.
Beating? That's how you're gonna describe that?
I'm being nice.
Okay.
And,
The school in the cornfield.
Yeah.
School in the corner.
So I want to congratulate them. That's it.
I will echo, just with a comment and a just observation. It is really cool to see the town show up in places like football games, seeing Frosty Boy busy. Like, that is the only place I'm going to wait 30 minutes for an ice cream cone. But it is nice to see people show up and support the town, be around for Depot Streets, the parade. I'm proud to serve and live in this town. Bill?
Well, echo everything that's been said so far, and I congratulate the Lions Club on a successful Oktoberfest. The parade was very well attended. I know that my two granddaughters thoroughly enjoyed. It was so much fun. And as Yvonne said, when you see little kids just light up, it's really nice, and it's neat that our town still does things like that. Also, congratulations to the football team and the band for outstanding performances. I know today at Ashton Acres, half jokingly and half not jokingly, I suggested that maybe they get a shuttle and on Friday evenings take some of their residents to the local football games. And I'll bet you they would, first of all, it's a close outing, it's a safe outing, it's an inexpensive outing, and what a great way to have some community spirit. So you're right, Ethan, there's a lot going on, and certainly like to see that.
Absolutely. Good. Would anybody like to make a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
Thank you. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye.